The Tynes holiday had arrived at long last. Justin had packed his bag and was sitting at the bottom of the stairs. He was eagerly waiting for his parents to get a move on.
Come on, Dad, hurry
And he
up.
was becoming very impatient.
Come on, Dad.
John pushed past Justin with their cases and went to put them into the car.
Justin, be patient.
Justin ran past his father and went to sit in the back seat. He had his camera and notebook with him so that he could write about his adventures on his trip. He was so excited. The trip from London didn't take very long at all, and before they knew it, they were in the country. Justin gazed through his window at the wonderful countryside with all of its beauty. He loved the sound of the birds singing, and he saw a family of deer run majestically into the forest.
Wow.
He was so relaxed and happy that he fell into a deep sleep. Suddenly, John shouted to Justin to wake up.
Wake up, Justin.
Justin stretched his arms and gave a big yawn. He opened his eyes and looked out through the window.
Oh, wow.
Before the car had time to totally stop, Justin opened the door and got out. John quickly put his foot onto the brakes.
Come here.
Justin could just about hear his parents shouting at him, but he couldn't help himself. He was overcome by the strangest of feelings. In front of him was the most beautiful thatched cottage he had ever seen. He ran down the small lane leading to the forest and ran into a clearing and looked up at the huge trees. He started to climb up one of the big trees, and it wasn't long before he reached the very top. He looked out over the canopy of trees, which looked like a green ocean. He had never seen such a view. He felt so very happy and free, and he shouted, "Yippee!" He then climbed back down and ran to the cottage. As he entered the cottage, he stood and stared all around him. He felt so strange.
Mother, I know this sounds crazy, but I think I've been here before.
I don't think so, darling. Now go and see your room upstairs.
My room is second on the left, just past the top stair.
That was a good guess. Now get up there. Justin wondered to himself how he knew that his room was second on the left, just past the top stair. But he shrugged his shoulders and went to take a look at his room.
Can I go for a walk, Mother?
Don't you wander off, okay? I'll be cooking lunch very soon.
Okay, I'll promise. I'll only be 15 minutes. I promise.
Justin ran to the forest, then slowed his pace so he could take in everything. He jumped as a deer suddenly appeared by his side.
Wow.
The deer appeared to beckon Justin to follow, and they walked deeper into the forest. He followed the deer into a clearing, and there in the centre of the clearing was the biggest oak tree that Justin had ever seen in his life. He felt so dizzy and tired. He had to lean against the tree for a few minutes to steady himself. He then noticed that a gold sign was nailed to the tree. It read, Tommy the Tree Boy, 1700 to 1722. Justin thought he was having a panic attack, and he noticed that his breathing had become very fast. He stared again at the gold sign and shook his head from side to side. He was so confused and frightened. He put his back against the tree and slid down the trunk. He buried his face into his hands and started to cry. He then stood up quickly and ran a few feet away. He stared up at the tree and screamed, "I know you! I know you! What's happening to me?" He then ran and hit the tree, crying with frustration. He felt very drained, and he slumped to the ground. Soon he calmed a little and said aloud, "Who do I know? What's going on? Oh, what's the matter with me?" "Tommy? Tommy, is that you? Tommy, is it really you? Oh my God, where's that voice coming from? I think I need to see Dr. Stacy again." Justin started to run when a huge branch from the oak tree lowered itself in front of him.
Okay, who's there? Come out, whoever you are. Who's there? Who's speaking to me?
I have been waiting for such a long time to see you again, Tommy. I'm so glad to see you. Do you remember me? Justin put his ear carefully against the tree, and to his horror, he jumped back. Yes, Tommy, it's me, Littleoake. I'm so glad that you have returned at long last. Justin couldn't take any more, and he was filled with fear. He ran as fast as he could out of the forest. He fell and scratched his face on a stone. He got up and ran to the cottage, where Judy was waiting for him. You've been gone for 2 hours. What happened to you?
I'm sorry, Mother.
Why have you got blood on your face? Did you fall? Oh my God. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
How dare you worry me like this? We came here for a holiday, and you're already upsetting us. Your father's gone into town, but he'll be very annoyed when he comes back, I can tell you.
I'm sorry.
I told you to be only 15 minutes. Didn't you realise I'd be so worried?
I'm sorry.
You'd better behave yourself from now on, or we're going to go home. Do you hear me? Now go to your room, and wait till your father hears this.
I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't know I'd been gone for so long.
Justin, just go to your room. Do you hear me? Just go to your room now.